Anybody? Anybody there? Just let me know if you're here. See one other person. Who else? This is a worksheet that I'm going to be putting up. They talk about phase shift here too. So I'm going to be putting up this worksheet probably today. It's called week 27, sheet 2. Alright, we'll try some of these problems here. Alright, so let's get started. I think I'll just do, since there aren't that many people here, I'll do just these first 2 problems. And then I'll let you guys try to figure out the other problems. And then I'll come back on Monday and do some other problems. Alright, so let's see. So it's asking, state the equation for the following graphs. This is a simple one, right? We know what the amplitude is. Anybody can guess what the amplitude is over here? Anybody? That's pretty much how high this graph goes. And this looks to be what type of curve? Anybody? Anybody? This looks to be a what type of graph? Well, it's a cosine graph, right? That has an amplitude of 10. So my equation will be y equals 10 cosine cosine, right? And if you look at it, it's generally supposed to be from 0 to 2 pi, a full cosine curve. So from peak to peak, 0 to 2 pi. But in this case, we only have half of a curve from 0 to 2 pi. I don't know if you can see it right here. Essentially half of the curve. So we have a half cycle during the full normal cycle. So it'll be 10 cosine 1/2 1/2 x. Sorry about that. Try to make this thing work, guys. It worked before. Whatever. This graph would be the same, guys, all right? It would be, you could try to graph it in decimals.com. So we have y equals 10 cosine 1/2 x. That's what we have, right? Try to graph it, you get the same. The period is 1/2. Now the phase shift is what? So essentially, you went a half of measurement, right? So you phase shift, you essentially move this over. If I was to move this over by pi, which is what the phase shift is ended up going to be, right? I would get back my normal traditional cosine curve, would I? If I move that back by pi, no, actually I wouldn't. It doesn't have a phase shift. It's just the period is shorter. Because if I was to move this back by pi length, right, I wouldn't start my, it would just give me a half, so that's what it is, right? So good question 2. So what's the amplitude for question 2? Anybody could look at that, see it? You want to see the amplitude for second question? You can tell if it has a phase shift if I can move it back by the amount it moved by and still retain the same exact traditional curve, either cosine or sine curve. The amplitude for question 2 is going to be 2. So the amplitude is 2 right here. Then we talk about the period. The period is from peak to peak. Let's see. We're going from 0.75 to 2.5. Which is about 1.75. 1.75 is essentially my period. So 1.75. Which numbers, Andrew? Oh, the numbers for the, okay, yeah. It's I don't know if you can see, I can't make it bigger here. Again, I'm gonna send you guys a sheet shortly after this. You'll probably see it uploaded on Google Classroom, and you can see it. I just wanted to give you guys a small little preview of the next worksheet, because I never discussed phase shifts, which essentially move the graph over to the left or to the right. I don't know if you guys can see that. So again, my period is from peak to peak, or valley to valley. So if I look at that, that's at 0.2 0.25 to 1.75, right? Which is about 1.50. 1.50 is about? Yeah, 1.50, which is what we said before too. 1.50. Huh? 1.50, sorry. The period is 1.50. 1.5 pi period is going to be equal to 1.5 pi. In any regards, now this entire phase shift, how I moved it, let's see, is about 0.75. If I move that back 0.75, I would be left with a perfect cosine curve. Will I? Because the cosine curve goes from, no, the phase shift is going to be, because I'm off at right here about 0.5, so the phase shift is going to be about 0.5. Yeah, 0.25, that's the phase shift. All right. I mean, you guys can see more of this. You can check the sheets out. Going to have you guys check the sheets out so you can try it for yourself, and then on Monday I'm going to go over it same time. I know this isn't much for you guys to ask questions on, but do you guys have any questions on this? Because that's essentially what this Friday lesson was going to be about. It was going to be about what was on study.com as well as what's assigned to you on Google Classroom. So let me know. If you have any questions, Andrew, do you have any questions more? Anything else, guys? Because I'm going to sign off now. Any questions? All right. So again, if you have any questions or comments, please leave it below in this video, or also comment through the Google Classroom. I'll be sure to get back to you guys. All right. I have my phone on me every hour of every day, so I'll always be able to check to see exactly what you guys have, or the questions you guys have. All right. So then I'm going to be signing off.